everybody. Yes, we are back in the UK and we are with a wonderful person, Julian Robus. And Julian is the founder of Happy Onion. And I know everybody's going to ask, why Happy Onions? Are you a cook or whatever? Can you tell us about Happy Onion and about you, please, Julian, and present yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Julian
Thank you
Robus.
for your time. Welcome.
You're most welcome. My company is called Happy Onion Living, and that comes from everybody wants to live happily, but we are onions and we have been layered by society with layers of unhappiness.
That's
So
why the onion, the peeling off.
the onion.
Ding, ding.
Exactly. So we just peel away the layers of unhappiness, and then the happiness is still in the middle. Okay. That's all we have to do. We have to just peel away the layers and the happiness comes back up all on its own. So this business is an accidental business. It was never meant to be a business. It was just me trying to get rid of my own stress, anxiety, and depression. I got to the point where I stopped enjoying life and I just couldn't go on and I had to find a way out. So over 9 years, I tried everything. I tried what is it called? NLP, EFT, life coaching, Reiki, hypnosis. I tried everything.
Everything.
I did every course, every book you can possibly imagine. And it was all really good stuff, but it didn't help me get what I wanted. I wanted to know how to be calm and at ease from when I got up in the morning to when I went to bed. And nobody seemed to have anything like that. So I started learning more and more stuff. And through YouTube, I started finding some of the Eastern masters. And that's where I started finding some really useful information. I learned meditation, then I became a meditation instructor. And even that was excellent, but it still didn't give me what I was looking for. So 9 years later, eventually I found the root causes and solutions to negative thoughts and feelings. Because no matter what you call it, stress, anxiety, depression, emptiness, sadness, guilt, whatever you call it, it's actually only two things. It's negative thoughts and it's negative feelings. And nobody ever teaches us how to get, first of all, what they are, why they come up, and how to get rid of them. So I spent 9 years working on myself, learning this stuff. Why does it come up? How do I get rid of it? How do I feel calmer and happier in minutes so I can enjoy my life more?
Yeah. Now I was thinking about the young people because now all around the world there is so much depression and suicide with young people and even younger, like 11 years old even.
Yeah.
So what would be your recommendation and what would be, well, yeah, first we start with young people.
So
what about thought? And because they're going to ask, how I can get rid of my negative thought and feelings?
Okay, so actually, for anybody that wants to use it, if they go to my website, the very first video shows people how to take the pressure off. It's a little 2-minute video. It shows people a simple technique they can use whenever they feel stressed, and it immediately takes the pressure off. So the first thing, I'm an engineer by trade. I started life as an engineer before I became a meditation teacher. And the first thing they teach you in engineering is you cannot solve a problem until you understand it, right? And lots of people out there, they're trying to fix a broken or a dysfunctional mind. Well, mind is the problem, okay? If you listen to Sadhguru and Nisargadatta and Osho, all these spiritual teachers from India, they will all teach you that you're not the body, you're not the mind. They will all say that the body is made from food, and they will tell you that the mind is made from thoughts. So when negative thoughts and feelings come up, they come up because they need to come out. So we've accidentally spent our whole lives, what I call filling the volcano with negative thoughts and feelings, which is inside. And then somebody says one tiny little thing and you just blow up, right? Well, what that person said may not have been that bad, but there's so much pressure in the volcano, it just blows up, okay? And then you say something and then you feel bad because you said something you shouldn't have said, and the whole thing just gets worse and worse. So what's happened to us all is when we are born like a hard drive. This is an old-fashioned hard drive, And it doesn't care if it's got Apple or Microsoft software, it's just a hard drive. And what happens, we go out in life, when we're born, we get programmed by our parents, by our society, by our schools, by our universities, and they just keep putting more and more and more stuff on the hard drive. And eventually, we've all had computers that get viruses. The thing can't work because there's just too much on the hard drive. So the Happy Onion program teaches people how to empty the hard drive, take the pressure from the volcano, and happiness naturally just comes back up. So
we will remind, sorry I interrupt you, but the website is Happy Onion
Living.
.com. So I repeat, so we will put under happyonionliving.com. So you can have.
Yeah, so anybody can go on there. If they need help, they can contact me. So originally I was going to go, because I come from a corporate background, so I was going to go and help people in business, executives, business owners, because most of them are very stressed and a lot of them are very unhappy. And then I saw a program about young adults in this country, teenagers and young adults in university, and they've all got depression and anxiety. And I realized that this program isn't for adults, this is for young adults and teenagers, because if they can learn these techniques now, they will never struggle with stress, anxiety, and depression like my generation has. Because I don't know what it's like in your country, but in my country, if you look at the statistics, it can take up to 10 years to get help. And then the help you do get doesn't really help much, because people aren't addressing the root causes. And over the 9 years of working on myself, I discovered the root causes and the solutions. And as I started to help myself and the pressure came off and I started to be calmer and happier and enjoy life more, somewhere along the line, my first client found me and my second client found me. And if you look at the testimonials on the website, they're unbelievable, because the Happy Onion program goes right to the root cause. And the root cause is getting rid of negative thoughts and feelings.
So it should be, actually should be the first things to have in education or in the class, before math or before grammar, it should be this, so people can tap into their inner being.
They need to,
we have to change education here and change the priority, don't we?
We're taught all this stuff in school, most of it we never use, right? When I was at school, we had 10 subjects or whatever. And what do I use? I use maths and I use English, and that's it, right? So why did I have to learn the other 8 or 9 things? I was interested in engineering. Why couldn't they just teach me engineering? Because that's what I wanted to learn. Yeah? So happiness, without happiness, the world can be a very lonely, very miserable place. And if you're constantly stressed and anxious and you're worried about tomorrow, or you're regretting what happened yesterday, you can't enjoy life. You have to learn to live right now in the moment. And if you look at thoughts are always yesterday or tomorrow. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, or what if this happens? And the only place we're actually happy is when we're right in the moment.
In the moment.
Yeah? When you're right in the moment, the mind is quiet and happiness is. And there's a saying by Papaji, he says, when there is thoughts, there is unhappiness. When there are no thoughts, there's happiness. So the message is stop thinking, but nobody teaches us how to stop thinking. And those are the things I found.
Let me have a personal question, because talking about school, you left school, didn't you? Did you? You quit? Yeah. How old were you?
I left school at 16, so I grew up in Germany.
And why did you leave school?
Well, I grew up in Germany. My parents got divorced when I was 15, so I came back to the UK and I had to go to school for 1 more year. The school system in England compared to Germany is streets apart. I was quite shocked by the English school system, but I was going to all these classes and I had absolutely no interest in anything these people were talking about. So what was the point going? So I just left at 16 and I got a job, and I fell into engineering, and that was my first part of my working life. There was no point to me School was great for meeting young ladies, but it was no good for anything else. So it's just a case, why do I want to do something that is just
Oh
stuffing
my
stuff
God.
in here that I'm never going to use? So I left.
And I have the feeling you are a genius. I would like to know about the games, because sometimes with children or young people, to talk is not the best solution, but a game, yes.
Exactly.
Would you like to tell us about your games and why it will shift consciousness for us?
Okay, so
Because I can use a game as an adult too, right?
yeah. Oh, this is the Happy Onion game is for adults, because if they're parents, they've got to teach the kids, right? They see their kids unhappy and depressed, and they don't know how to help them. So
Correct.
how the game works is the kids watch a short video, and the video explains something like fight or flight. Okay, so for fight or flight, I use a dinosaur. Okay, so we are programmed. If you take the front part of our brain off, we are just like every other animal, right? And we are designed to protect ourselves long enough to reproduce. That's it. So if you see a bird on the grass and you walk up to it, it'll let you get close, and then eventually it'll fly away. It doesn't know you're going to hurt it, but just in case it flies away. Well, we have the same programming. Okay, so if you look at the world we live in today, every time you turn on the TV or the news or the radio, it's all negative. So what happens is the mind can't tell the difference between something real and something imagined. So you've all had this thing where you watch the telly and something happens and you jump, right? Because the mind doesn't know that the TV is pretend. So the body jumps because it's got to protect itself. So how the game works is the kids watch a short video, or the adults, whoever's playing the game, the teachers in school, and it teaches them in a very short video about fight or flight. So the kids then have some dice, they throw the dice, they get a 4 and they get a dinosaur. So the children or the players have to explain to their friends who are playing the game with them what fight or flight is, how it negatively affects the body, and how to get out of it, how to calm the body back down to bring back happiness. If you don't explain it properly to your friends that are playing the game with you, first of all, your friends give you points, 3 points if it's a good explanation, and you have to show them how the technique you would use to regain happiness. If the technique that you explained isn't very good, another player can explain it, and they get the 3 points instead. Now, the whole game is about stress, anxiety, depression, how to get rid of negative thoughts and feelings.
Oh, that's great.
But the children don't play against each other, they play together. So they all go around the board together, and nobody wins until they finish. And then
So it's a non-competitive game.
A non-competitive game.
Cooperation.
All the kids help each other go around.
That's right. This is what we want.
It's cooperation, collaboration. And then the player that's got the most Happy Onion points, he's the winner. Okay. And that's how the game works.
I really like it. So it will be a physical game and a digital game.
Yes. So basically, when we're young, okay, we're a bit like this, right? We're always happy and chappy, yeah. And then as you get older, the mind comes in, okay? So what the game does, it teaches people how to get rid of this guy and bring back happiness.
Oh, I love it.
So it's a fun game. They can play it with their friends, play it with their parents, play it with their schoolmates, but it gives them an understanding of why negative feelings come up and how to get rid of them forever.
I love it. I love it.
Cool.
And I heard you are writing a book as well. What is the name of the book?
Yeah, the book is called Peel Away the Pressure.
Like peeling the onion.
You take like peeling the pressure, peeling the onion, yeah. So the book's called Peel Away the Pressure, and basically it's an A to Z roadmap for clearing away negative thoughts and feelings so you can live happily. It's for anybody who wants to live life with ease.
As soon you have the book, tell us, and we will do another program and we can learn the book as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, the book's been written now. It's not going to be very far away.
Everybody's going to ask in Spanish too, so better things about 2 editions, Spanish one and English one.
Yeah, I've already got somebody in Germany who wants to translate it into German.
Perfect.
I'm also going to be looking for coaches because I can't do this on my own. I'm going to need people all over the world who can teach the Happy Onion program. but the whole program is made in a way that the players teach themselves as part of the game.
Perfect.
So stress comes up, I do this, it goes away. Anxiety comes up, I do this, it goes away. So it never
We
becomes.
have in the 7-petal school, we have an whole area, it's called the violet petal, and so all about inner development and know thyself and all that. So this will end perfectly into this violet petal and help so many persons with their personal development as a priority in education for everybody around the world.
Without happiness and mental health, we've got nothing. We can't enjoy life.
We're empty.
Yeah, you've got to be calm, happy, and your mental health has got to be positive. Every day we go out in the world and we're like a spring. We go out and the world puts pressure on us and the world puts pressure on us, and then we go bang. So the Happy Onion game, it teaches you how to take the pressure back off so you can enjoy life again.
Say like that.
Yeah.
And to wrap up this interview, I heard you to talk about we are right now in a shift as a humanity.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about this shift? What is it about?
So if you look out at the world, it's always been about, not to be nasty, but it's always been about control. Okay. We go to school, we get taught 10 or 12 programs and of things we have to learn, history, geography, English. Some of the stuff, yeah, it's very good. But why do we have to fill up our hard drive with stuff that we're never going to use?
You mean we are controlled all the time?
We are controlled. We are so filled up with stuff that we lose touch with what our true nature is. What is it that we came here to do? What do we want to enjoy? What do we naturally enjoy? Right? It's, oh no, you've got to do this exam and this exam and this exam. And it's all just pressure. So what's happening in the world now, from what I can see, is all these systems that are corrupt and that are broken are falling apart, right? Countries are bankrupt, schools have got no money, councils have got no money, hospitals have got no money because there's too much money being wasted on wars that nobody wants to fight, right? So the whole thing is starting to fall apart. And if you look at the coronavirus stuff, I don't know whether it was supposed to frighten us or what it was supposed to do, but what it's done is actually brought people together, right? They're helping each other, they're being polite, they're being nice to each other, looking out for each other. So consciousness is rising, and everything that is not true, which is not integrous, is falling apart. So there is only one consciousness, we're all it. And consciousness has said, right, okay, we've had enough of this rubbish. These people need to be living calm and happy, enjoying lives, doing what they love. And that's what I believe is now starting to happen. Anything that is not integrous, that's not for everybody, will fall apart over time.
So it's a personal shift and a collective shift.
It's an individual shift. I look at, everybody says, oh, coronavirus this, coronavirus that. Look what it actually made people do. It made people stay in their homes, okay? They had to learn to get on with their family, perhaps reconnect with their family, perhaps they've lost contact. They don't really know who their children are anymore, or their husband or their wife is in. So they've had to spend time together. So consciousness is giving us all this opportunity to, I mean, how many people don't like themselves, right? How can you not like yourself? Because at some time when you were young, somebody said to you, who do you think you are? And made you feel small. And then that program stuck in there, and you go through your whole life. Until I was 40 years old, I had 3 hidden beliefs. I thought I was stupid, I thought I was unloved, and I thought I was unwanted. And then I found that had been put into me at an early age. It wasn't even mine, okay? But I picked that up at an early age, and I went through my entire life till I got through 40, thinking I was stupid, unwanted, unloved. And then I looked at the world around me, and I looked at my friends, and they had divorces. They were on their 2nd or 3rd marriages. I'm on my 1st marriage. I've been married for 35 years. I've got 2 beautiful children, 4 wonderful grandchildren. And I think, hang on a minute, my life is actually working, but why do I think I'm stupid, right? Look at everybody else, the mess they're in. How can I be the stupid one? And then I started to see that my mind was playing games on me to get negative energy. And once I saw the games that were being played, I was able to undo them. But yeah, I think there's a consciousness shift going on, and it's positive. There's going to be huge changes in education, in finance, in corporations. The corporations have got far too powerful. The politicians do whatever the corporations tell them to do, right? And I think this is humanity going, stop.
This is part of this.
This has got to stop.
Dear Julian, what will be your recommendation for the teachers or parents who are watching the marathon now inside this shift? How can we fit into that?
The thing that is going to help us all the most is to learn to live in the present moment. If you learn to live it, only this instant exists, right? We are experiencing second to second. So when you learn to live right now, not in the yesterday, not in the tomorrow, just now, that's where the mind goes quiet and happiness comes back up.
Thank you so much. So remember, happiness is a priority and we are all involved.
We are all born happy. All we have to do is learn to peel away the layers of rubbish that society puts on us that don't serve us.
And thank you for the Happy Onion. I repeat the website, happyonionliving.com. And we do keep in touch, Julian. We want to know about the book, all the games, and to weave this big, beautiful tapestry of happiness and love.
As soon as the book is ready, I'll send you a free copy. And then anybody I can help, anybody needs help with negative thoughts or feelings, please get in touch and I'll do whatever I can to help.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care. We are in touch.
Bye for now.